What's for supper at your house? Tonight at our house, it's white chicken chili. Gosh, just got this out of the Instapot. I added some cheddar cheese, letting that melt. And then my favorite way to eat it is crunching up some tortilla chips and putting that in. So, while I tell you about the video. So I'm going to show you how to make this in the Instapot. And I'm not going to focus on the Instapot this time because it's too hard for me to film. Because, you know, I'm just learning how to do this while I got a camera going. But there was a couple of things that I needed to tell you that I didn't say in the video. Number one, on my onion, that's 1 cup of diced up onion. So a medium onion is good. And then when you get to the part where I added the corn and the cream cheese, once I've added that pot is so hot that it's going to melt the cream cheese, and it's kind of still on a saute setting. So that takes a couple of minutes to have that happen, and the corn is cooking while that is in there. So there is really no further cooking needed. Just your pot automatically turns to keep warm setting, and that's fine for what you're doing. But that's what's for supper at our house. Watch the video, make you a pot. Hope you enjoy. This is a great recipe. So I've got butter, 1 tablespoon of butter, probably a tablespoon of olive oil in here, and I'm got that melted, and I'm dumping in my onions. I'm gonna let that saute, let those get tender just for a few minutes. You can hear those sizzling. And then to that are 2 to 3 garlic cloves. Now I use garlic. Good enough. Stir that up. That doesn't take but just a second because you don't want to burn your garlic. So as soon as you can start smelling it, you can go ahead and turn the Instapot off and get ready to add all your other ingredients. So basically this is a dump recipe. So to this, we're gonna add 1 can of Rotel, diced tomatoes, chilies. We are going to add a can of navy beans, Great Northern beans, and I do not strain any of these. I dump and go. And because we love beans so much, nully beans. Don't even know if I'm saying that right. So this is gonna have a lot of beans in it, but we're gonna be sharing this pot because, as I've told you before, me and Kenneth can't eat all this. This used to be one of my favorite things to make and take to work because there was a lot of us there and they loved it. 1 cup of salsa verde. This is how I make it. It's not how the recipe says, but this is my version. So stir that up. So the seasonings I use about 1.5 teaspoons of cumin, about 1.5 teaspoons of some chili powder, and probably about that much pepper. I usually don't measure this stuff, so I've tried to measure for y'all. So I'm gonna put my seasonings in, and then we're gonna put 2 cups of chicken broth. Of course, I never measure that either, but time to add our chicken. Now I'm adding 2 chicken breasts, which are raw, putting those right in, and they kind of sink down into all that ooey gooey goodness. And that's it. I'm gonna put the lid on, and so I've got the lid on, got this started. It's supposed to take 20 minutes for this to cook, but it does have to build pressure. So I'm gonna time how long it takes for this to build pressure so you'll know if you're in a hurry or trying to figure out how long you've got to cook supper. So I'll get back. Okay, so the Instapot is finished cooking. It did take 20 to 25 minutes to build up pressure. I was a little surprised at that, but I guess normally I'm running around doing other stuff. So we'll just say 25 minutes to build up pressure and 20 minutes to cook. So now everything in this pot is completely cooked. That raw chicken is completely cooked. And let me show you that. So probably gonna have to have something to dip it out because it's gonna fall apart. That's how tender this chicken is. So I'm gonna have to let that cool for just a little bit, and then I'm gonna shred this chicken and I'm gonna put it back in the pot. Okay, so I've got the chicken pulled apart. We're gonna add that back to our soup. And then to this, we're gonna add 1 can of corn. I love it with the corn in it. And then 1 package of softened cream cheese. That's where we get the creaminess from. And that's what makes it so good. All right, I've got that all stirred up. Now it's time to taste it. And this is my favorite way to eat it, is I dip me some out of this world. And then they soften up too, so it's just a good bowl of white chicken chili. Very hot though. I don't think it needs a thing. It's delicious. Make you some of that.